यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः सर्वोपप्लवरहित प्रज्ञान घन प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्माहमस्मि सोहमस्मि ब्रह्माहमस्मि। ओम प्रपन्न पारिजाताय तोत्र वेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। ओम सर्वेभ्यो सद्गुरुभ्यो नमो नमः। May the Almighty Shri Lord Venkateshwara bestow all kinds of prosperity, health, wealth and eternal happiness with Paripurna Lakshmi Katakshams to you and the entire your family and friends. Let us begin Bhagavad Gita, verse number 5 and 6 from chapter number 13. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Mahabhutanyahangkaraha Buddhiravyaktamevacha Indriyani dashaikancha Panchachendriya gocharaha Ichhadveshas sukham dukkham Sanghataschetanadhritihi Yetat kshetram samasena Savikaramudakhrutam. Bhagavan Krishna has assured in the verse number 3 to talk about Kshetram and its modifications and the nature of the Kshetram too. And also he specified in the last words, whatever that I am going to teach today, it's from Upanishads. It has been already taught by our sages, rishis, and all these ancient people have established in a proper way. The same way I am going to teach. He praised about all the traditions which is being started or began from Sadashiva. Sadashiva samarambham Shankaracharya madhyamam Asmadacharya paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. And one more tradition too. Narayanam Padma Bhuvam Vasishtham Shaktincha Tatputra Parasharancha Vyasam Shukam Gaudapadam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Mathasya Shishyam Shri Shankaracharya Mathasya Padmapadancha Hastamalakancha Shishyam Tam Trotakam Vartikakara Manyana Smagurun Santatam Anatosmi. So Bhagavan himself is known as Narayana. The tradition began from Narayana or Sadashiva. This education, it's not as a science. It's not as a mega science. So mega science means what? That which has got thorough knowledge about every aspect which are going to be introduced. Now Bhagavan is going to describe what exactly the Kshetram is. Kshetra means what we have already known. Idam Shariram, in the beginning verse itself he said the body is known as Kshetra. The mind and sense and complex, body, mind and sense and complex, all together known as Kshetram. But from the next verse, means from verse number 5, Bhagavan is giving a vast perception, a broad perception, or we can say it's a angle from a totality. We can also say the cosmic perception. So one body is known as Kshetram. All the collective bodies are said to be also Kshetram. We need not to use plural. Only they are called Kshetram. Therefore, I usually say the Sanskrit is full of technical terms. So when you start studying any Shastra, you have to be very careful regarding the meanings of a particular word. One word can symbolize many meanings. That's what the glory of Sanskrit, glory of the words which are used in our Shastra. Now this cosmic body which is known as Kshetram is explained here. This explanation is a little bit borrowed from Sankhya philosophy. Because we have so many traditions. There are 12 traditions which is available in our India. Still that 12 traditions are practiced. These 12 group of people, they define what exactly the world is. Technically speaking, the Kshetram is. Now they are going to talk about the creation. When we are about to learn about the world, we have to learn when it began. So how it began, why it is began. All these things must be answered. Therefore, now Bhagavan talks about the creation. The creation in the aspects of Sankhya philosophy. We a little bit borrow. Because the Vaisheshika, they divide this universe into 7 tattvas. And Nayayika, the Nyaya philosophy, it divides this world into 16 tattvas. Tattvas means category. The direct meaning is a category here, but tattva means the factors, the aspects. So every aspect which is going to be there in the divisions, they have their own specification, means they have their own speciality, playing the role, being a part of universe. Now Sankhya philosophy divides this universe into 24 tattvas. Therefore Tattva Bodha, which is the beginning text of Vedanta, also says Atha Chaturvimshati Tattva Prakaram Vakshyamaha. When Vedanta describes about an individual, it divides the individual Sharira into 3 categories. It says Sthula Shariram, Sukshma Shariram and Karana Shariram. These 3 kinds of divisions in order to realize more clearly about the system. Now this individual body has got 3 aspects. Now these 3 aspects which are called Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, Karana Sharira are endowed with 3 kinds of experiences. The gross body which is endowed with waking state experience. Sukshma Sharira which can be experienced in dream state. Because in the dream state there is a world, there is an experience. You can also experience the experiencer and the experienced. Okay? And in the sleeping state, we experience in our causal level. Now 3 bodies and 3 experiences, Shariratraya Vivekaha and Avasthatraya Vivekaha. So this is how they are called. Now regarding individual Sharira, when there are divisions, the divisions are specified as a Shariratraya Vivekaha, Avasthatraya Vivekaha. Then the same 3 Sharira alone, again it's being divided into 5 categories. We call it Panchakosha Vivekaha. So dividing into 5 aspects in order to encounter what exactly that the combination of Sharira and experiences, state, Avasthatrayam and Shariratrayam, together they are divided into 5 aspects as a Panchakosha Vivekaha. Are you able to understand what I say? When we learnt about our individual body, we divided in this way. Now when we are learning about entire cosmic body, means whatever the bodies, Shariras are available in this planet Earth or beyond the Earth, whatever the planets, and they are called, we come to know very few planets in the Milky Way. In the galaxy, there are so many other planets too. All together, it's known as cosmic Shariram, cosmic body. That cosmic body has been divided into 24 tattvas. Why should we divide? Then we can understand very clearly about our individual body too. Therefore, Krishna is going to bring the topic of Kshetram now from the aspect of Samashti. Samashti means collective aspects. That would be easy to learn and easy to digest the knowledge about Kshetram. This chapter is known as Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga. Complete knowledge about Kshetram. Complete knowledge about Kshetrajna. Now in simple way, Bhagavan is going to describe about the Srishti, how it happened, what is the process of becoming the world. So world has evolved with a certain method. What is that certain method? That's what Bhagavan is going to explain here. Science also defines. The science defines as the world is the combination of matter and consciousness. So matter, when the science says matter, so it doesn't have the complete explanation, definition for it. But we do have. The science says mind is a conscious principle. Nowadays they also accept, the mind also is an inert principle. But here, so everything, whatever can be objectified. Now the principle of the world which can be objectified is called Kshetram. And what are they? Mahabhutani, Ahankaraha, Buddhihi, Avyaktam evacha, Indriyani Dashaikancha, Panchachendriya Gochara. Now world, he is just, naming about those 24 tattvams. What are they? Mahabhutani means, Mahabhutani means original 5 elements. Okay, original 5 elements means subtle 5 elements which cannot be seen. Then Ahankaraha, Buddhihi, Avyaktaha. So Bhagavan has given in different order, but we will make into a proper order so that we can understand. The first tattvam is Prakriti Tattvam. So all matters together called Prakriti Tattvam. That Prakriti Tattvam is the first step of the evolution of the world. Then the second Tattvam, the second step of the evolution, Ahankara. From Prakriti, the Ahankara has arrived. Ahankara is the cosmic ego. Ahankara means don't take, it's an individual's ego. The Ahankara is cosmic ego. That I, the experience of I, our experience is limited. The cosmic ego also limited, but it is vast. Still it is limited. Therefore, Ahankaraha. Then from there, Buddhihi. Buddhihi means cosmic intellect. Then they say Indriyani means Mahabhutani. Mahabhutani means 5 elemental aspects. Subtle 5 elemental aspects. You should not miss the steps, First Prakriti, then Ahankara, Buddhi, then Mahabhutani. Mahabhutani means 5 subtle elements. Then Indriyani means Indriyani means all these sense organs. There are 2 kinds of sense organs, Karmendriyani, Jnanendriyani. Therefore, so that there are 10 indriyas which are specified, 10 cosmic indriyas. Then there is one mind. Okay, one mind. Then Pancha Indriya Gocharaha. Indriya Gocharaha means what? Pancha Vishayani or Tanmatrani. So how many totally? You see, Mahabhutani, there are 5 gross elements. Ahankara is 1/6, Buddhi is 7, Avyaktam is 8, Indriyani means all sense organs are 10. 10 plus 8, it becomes 18. Then mind is 19. Pancha Indriya Gocharaha. All these 5 kinds of objects, sense objects, are known as 5 Pancha Indriya Gocharaha. Total together 24. This is what is known as 24 tattvas. Chaturvimshati tattvaha. Just this world is being divided into 24 tattva. Now why he has divided is this? Because they have got their own connection between. So there are 5 steps. So when you learn, first is Prakriti. Prakriti means what? Avyaktam. It's a matter principle alone. Here we are not talking about the consciousness. Here just we are describing the matter principle. The total matter principle is known as Prakriti. Then the Prakriti is evolved as what? Ahankara. From Ahankara, Buddhi. From Buddhi, Mahabhutani. Then Indriyani. There are 10 sense organs. Mind. Then Tanmatras. So this is the vision of Shastra. The method of Shastra. Now Prakriti means what? It's a basic elemental principle. Basic matter principle. If you say one word Prakriti means all these 24 tattvas are denoted. Now why should we learn this? Now all of them are known as Kshetram. So not only that, the impact of all of them also is given in the next words. We will just cover it, then we will come back to see a proper meaning. Okay, Icha desire, Dveshaha hatred, Sukham pleasure, Dukkham pain, Sanghataha means body mind complex. Then Chetana means the conscious principle, means it's a sentiency. Dhritihi fortitude, Yetat Kshetram Samasena Savikaram Udahritam. So this is what enumerated as Kshetram together with its modifications. Now this is the complete definition. We have completed 2 verses. Let us understand in simple way. Okay. So when we want to live a successful life, we should have the knowledge about our device called body, isn't it? Okay. Can we understand completely about this device? Because our age is limited. Only we have 100 years. In those 100 years, we should prepare ourselves for 25 years. We require complete 25 years to get a proper growth of physical, psychological system. In the childhood, if anybody talks about or describes about this body, you cannot understand because you are not that much matured alone. Then as the age grows, once you reach 25-year-old, now you know the complete growth of your physical system and you know certain emotions which can be experienced in our psychological system. In the childhood, if you are becoming angry, okay, it means what? You are victimized. When there is anger, you are victimized. You are not able to control. So jealousy takes place, anger takes place. Not only that, so many other emotions also will take place. We become victim. We are victimized by those all emotions. So we cannot have the control. So once you cross 20 years in your life, then you will be able to think, means you can objectify them. Otherwise, you cannot objectify them. When you are able to objectify, your subtle body can be also thoroughly understood by you. If you are not able to objectify, it means you have become victim. When I am able to analyze about my psychological system, at that time, if anybody teaches Bhagavad Gita and that to this portion, particularly this portion, you will be completely aware about your system and the system other than yours. That's what Krishna is doing the job. He has divided whole knowledge into 2 categories. Kshetram. He puts all objectifiable into one word, Kshetram. Your birth and death and whole life of your physical, subtle, causal system comes in under this topic. The creation of the world and sustentation of the world and resolution of the world comes into this topic. Now, Bhagavan is not talking about an individual person's device. He talks about collective kshetram. When you learn this, you can find, okay, so this is what my system, this is how the system works. This is why I am here like this. Because when we talk about, a society, the society is of what? Society is a mixture or a quantity of the kshetram, whole matter principle. You go to a city, in that city you see people around, you see the buildings, you see the roads. So all these things are what? Matter principle. And there are conscious principle behind it. This, including human body, all matter principle comes under only these 24 varieties of tattva. Now 24 varieties of tattvas are together, okay? They are assembled, or we can say they are one matter principle. For our convenient, we divide into 24 categories so that we can understand the function of kshetram, or the reality of the kshetram, or modifications of the kshetram, or the real swarupa of kshetram. That's what Bhagavan Krishna, he talks about. So once you are thorough, or once you become thorough with this 24 tattvas, you won't get confused. Any disaster, natural disaster, it becomes a part of kshetram alone. You can understand why they are taking place. Not only that, anything that happens with you, because usually we think we are alone. We are alone, nobody is there for me. You won't think in that way, because your matter principle is completely connected with the cosmic body. You are the tiny part, okay? So the tiny part as connected with the collective sharira. Then you won't think, you won't see your body as an individual device. It's a device which is experienced, as an individual. No, it's not. The reality of this, it's not so. That's what the understanding we will get. Therefore, we need not to confuse. Whenever the creation is being explained, the Upanishads, they have their own method. Some of the Upanishads, they just teach, 3 elements came. The first, the science says there was no universe, all planets were there, or one planet, or one thing was there. I don't know, they call it object or what. From that, the Big Bang theory, it's banged like anything. Then all these planets, and they started moving around one each other. They do have that attraction with the other planets. They are all having their own orbit, then started moving. That is not the way to think about it. Now this is the way they calculate Andam and Pindam. Both are to, Pindam means the individual system, Andam means the collective system. Both are one and the same, called kshetram. So when we realize the nature of the kshetram, let us understand this 24 tattvas. There's 24 varieties to be listed properly. Okay. There are five sets. Let us think about them first. The original 5 elements, then 5 karmendriyas, 5 jnanendriyas, 5 sense object. All together 20. Okay. Then we can understand, 20, prakritihi, buddhi, ahankaraha, mind. These 4 together 24. These 24 tattvas alone, it is known as Srishtihi. Okay, so complicated, isn't it? So you need not to bother. These 24 tattvas are said to be the part of even our body too. Because body also has what? Indriyani, sense organs, buddhihi, ahankaraha. Let us see the meaning one by one. Avyakta means Prakriti Tattvam, collective matters. Okay. Ahankara means the cosmic ego. See, all these objects are connected with the cosmic ego. Take an apple. That apple has got its own ahankara. Otherwise, it cannot, grow itself. It was a part of apple tree. Then it is separated. Still, it is undergoing the modification of the nature, isn't it? You cannot keep the apple for more than a week. It will lose its quality. It means what? It is undergoing the modifications. So these modifications, it denies there is a ego, center of the modification. There is one conscious principle which exists in that apple. That's what the understanding of our Shastra. Every object is compared with our body. In our body, there are 24 tattvams. Now, all the forms, if you are a tree, it has got 24 tattva. Means what? There is a consciousness, and there are indriyas, there are 5 subtle elements, 5 gross elements. All these 24 tattvas are available in every sharira called a device. Our perception changes. Now, so one more thing also it should be understood. This collective mind, collective buddhi, collective chetana means the principle of luminous, which is said in the 6th verse. We have to understand that. It takes a little bit more time. So let us understand elaborately in the next session. So this class I stop here. So we will continue because there are more explanation which are needed. We will conclude this both shloka in the next session. Okay. So half of the concept is being completed. Let us see. Continue from tomorrow's session. Harihi Om. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.